Good day, everybody. My name is Murad Saeed. Welcome to my channel. And today is January 1st, 2023. So happy New Year's to everybody around the world. I hope this New Year's will make you guys happy. Anyway, on this video, we are going to do a CV axle replacement on a 09 Toyota Camry on the passenger side. So let's begin. First things first, I was jack up the vehicle onto jack stands on the passenger side, one on the driver's side. Put it on jack stand. Usually I put it on the wood because we deal with the mud here. But it's safe like that. I'm using my Aircat 1150. Got my socket ready to pull out the lug nuts. It's already stuck. Right. After I pull out the wheels over there, expose the brake rotors. Here's the brake pads and the brake calipers. We got the two bolts for the strut, the link. Is our outer tie rod, and your ball joint is down here. See your ball joint. Okay, and here is the damaged CV axle we're gonna replace. As you can see, it's tear. It's been like this for I don't know how many days was it, but it's time to replace it. We got the new CV axle. So what I want to do is see the circle clip right down there. See this? That's how it needs to come out. So I'm gonna put some penetrated lubricant on it, and then while it's soaking wet, I'll be doing. Now there's two ways you kind of take out the bolt for the CV axle. So two ways. The first way is take out the struts, the bolts for the struts, and then remove the caliper, and then I would be tilting this way. That's the first way. The second way is take out the sway bar links, the outer tie rod, and the ball joints, which is our 3 bolts right here. That's the second way. So you choose whatever the easy way for you. Okay. So I'll show you this how it. So let's get on to it. Alright, here's an update. What I did is I go with the taking out the brake calipers, which is already off. Got the rotor off right here. So one move, I'm gonna take out the struts, 2 struts here. The bolts for the struts. So let's see the size of it. I think the size for it would be it's a 22 millimeter socket. So I'm gonna 22, also a 22 millimeter wrench. Is this everything I'm going to use? So it's easy. You just put an impact here on this side, the socket. Wrench goes here, or anyhow you want to put it. Okay, and I will be back. I'll show you how this is done. Alright, so far I got the 2 bolts out for the strut, but I left one in here so you can hold, because what I'm going to do is next, I'm going to get a socket for that, but I need to punch in that closing section of the nut. See how it's closed? So I'm going to get a punch and then hit it back up, and then get a big giant socket with my big air impact to get it out. And I'm going to have to punch this hole and then hit it inside so the way it goes in. Alright, so here's an update. Here's a broken CV axle. I got everything off by the caliper way and take out the two mounting bolts for the strut. This bolt was a pain in the butt and I'm trying to unnotch the thing, but look what it did to me. Punctures. Oh boy. But it can straighten up. It's not a problem. No problem. You know, it is what it is. As you can see, there's this broken CV axle. All the crud inside. That's what's making that knocking noise while you're driving. Yeah, very dangerous, people. Very dangerous. So now, my next step now, I got the C-clip unclipped. And now I'm gonna go underneath the car and bolt this, bolt the holes, the CV axle bearing, and knock it off from the transmission, and we should get this thing popping out in no time. So I'll be right back. All right, so here's an update. I got the C-clip off, it's all disconnected, the bolt is off here. Now the next step is, I'm gonna see if I can get it up, but can't because of this one's kind of stuck there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a chisel and hit it here and then knock it with a hammer. Not a heavy hammer, just a little type hammer to see if this will move. And then hopefully it should come off. Just hope this transmission oil doesn't leak. It might leak, so if it's leak, where is the fill plug for this? There's a fill plug. There should be a fill plug somewhere. If it's not, it should be on top. It's an 09, so because today's transmission are steel transmission. Yeah, so we don't know this is a seal type or the one you could fill it from the top, but I will check it out. As I know, let me just knock this off and hopefully this whole CV axle will come off. Hopefully. Yep, so I'll be back and update you guys on what's going on. As you can see, I got the part out. Here's the 001. And this one looks like an aftermarket type. This is not the original because this is missing that piece of rubber right here, which is a balancer. Because this is aftermarket, and I'll show you what the original looks like. This is the original. See, this original has a balancer right here. I'm gonna pull it off in the back. So this is all I was talking about. See this rubber thing? This is a balancer. So this is the original Toyota passenger side CV axle. And what's disappointed is that thing here is bent. Very disappointed. I don't know why those manufacturers didn't see that. Very disappointed. But anyway, I'm going to install it and see if I can get this one straightened up, and then we install it. Right, be back in a few. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day and a wonderful New Year's, and everybody smiles and happy. Be happy, you know, be happy. Be happy what you do. Enjoy your good life, you know. And everybody has their own New Year's resolution, you know. May God help you out, okay? So far, I'm doing good. As you can see, I'm all messy here. That's from the transmission oil, and that transmission oil is very black, as you can see. Very, very black. So I'm gonna have to do a video on how to change the transmission oil on this Toyota Camry. Now, so yeah, so we keep on trucking, and let's continue. Now, as you all know about aftermarket and the original equipment manufacturer. Now, check this out. This CV axle here, this is the passenger side. This is the aftermarket. Now, this here is the original. Now, can you tell me what's the differences between the original and the aftermarket? There's only one difference. Look at the shaft and look at the original. You see this one here? This is a balancer. This one's missing a balancer. Okay, so that's why I always prefer the original. But you know, if you guys don't have the cash, you know, go with the aftermarket. I don't mind. It's up to you guys. Go with the aftermarket. But I prefer the original. But I noticed about this design here, this one doesn't have. And you know, there's always a size differences too. But either way, either how, it's all up to you guys. You know, I'm not telling you to get the original. It's up to you. But as for me, I prefer the original. But it's up to you guys to choose the aftermarket or the original. Alright guys, let's continue here. I got my tools, get the messy up right here, and I got this new angle grinder right here. So I'm gonna use this one to clean up the bracket that holds the passenger CV axle, which is I'm about to show you. Go underneath the car, right here. This bracket here, as you can see, there's rust around it. So I'm going to use this one and then just clean it out and brake clean it, and then we'll put some anti-seize. So the next time, I don't know how many miles this will last. Maybe not 100 miles or so. Anybody who does another CV axle, maybe this car is going to get sold to somebody. I'm not sure. Will be easier for them to swap the passenger side CV axle. All right, as you can see, it's nice and shiny and clean in here. And now I'm gonna apply a grease, lithium grease around it, and then we'll put the new CV axle in. All right, so it's nice and shiny and beautiful. I got some white lithium grease, so I'm applying around this to be easier for the CV axle to slip in. Easy. Yep. Alright, that's good. Now we're ready to put up the CV axle. Let's get onto it. Alright, I'm on the car, so make sure this goes in. Like so. You want to make sure everything lines up. There we go. And then we're gonna get a rubber mallet to knock it in, and then we put this, insert a C-clip inside, and we bolt this bolt, the bolt inside this hole. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how this is done. All right, as you can see, it's in the transmission. The bearing is seated in the brace. As you can see, it's seated there. Now all we need to do is put the bolt back in. Okay. You can see, and we're gonna tighten it up. But first things first, I'm gonna put the snap ring in, and then we should start putting back everything together. But I will not be able to film you the snap ring because I'm holding the camera on my left hand and I'm demonstrating everything on my right hand, which is a lot of fuss to do. So I will put it in and I will show you the end results. All right, as you can see, the snap ring is back in place. I checked everything, no leaks. The inside right here is flush with the transmission. So now I'm gonna insert this receiver axle inside the wheel hub, the steering knuckle, and then we're gonna assemble everything back how it was. Now I'm gonna show you guys something. You see this? This is definitely to change. This is the bushings for the lower control arm, so that needs to replace. So I will do a video on this one and show you how to do it in the near future. Yep, so everything is good here. So let's put back everything together. Always, guys, when you finish replacing a part, double check everything, make sure everything back how it was. Make sure everything is nice and seated, you know, because by the time this customer go with the car, we don't want any problems hearing some accident happening or anything. But always double check your work, guys. Double check your work. All right, so let's wrap up everything. So as you see, everything's installed in. Now I'm gonna install back the bolts for the struts. I'm gonna use this blue thread locker on here and on the other bolts, and then we'll put back the brake caliper. I'll probably do the same thing, putting the thread lockers on these two as well. Here's an update on everything. I got the strut bolts installed back, the brake calipers installed. Now just clip this thing back in here. We'll put this nut back inside. Here it is. It goes like this, and then this goes here. Maybe this one goes in first, and then that. There we go, like this. And then you screw in this little bolt. Let me see if I can do it with one hand. La 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 la. You see, this is why I need two hands. I think I got it. Okay, here we go. My fingers in the camera way. Yes, this is done. There we go. Get this hook up. This is the hook for hooking up the brake calipers. You don't wanna hang this by the hose, which is a bad thing. Don't do that, guys. Get yourself one of these. Hook it up here. Take out the brake caliper. Hook it up right there. You know. That way it doesn't strain the hose. You don't want that to happen. All right, so this is done. This is I will torque this. Now this clip here goes somewhere right here. There's this little groove right here. See, here you go. It is right here. There we go. In. There we go. It's all hooked up. Give it a tug, make sure it's in. There we go. That's it. Now you torque this one, and then I'm gonna find a torque spec for this one. I'm gonna show you how to torque it. And then after everything is torqued down, we put the wheel back on, jack down the car, and we go for a ride. Sorry guys, I didn't show you everything, but as you can see, everything is back. This is screw. I got these two Loctite with the thread locker and put back in the strut bolts. This is the torque spec for that is 217 foot-pound, and as you can see, I chisel it and I hammer it in the notch so it doesn't come out. Brake caliper is back in, Everything's check. Always double check your work, guys. Double check your work. Make sure everything is back. Make sure no screws are missing. Make sure all the screws are in. You know, if any screws left out, better find out where that screw belongs to. Or else, when that person drive on the road, everything can be broke, held loose. Don't want that to happen. So, the next upcoming video, there are 3 things that need to be done with this car. First things first, I got fixed up the leaky oil pan, which is putting a new gasket on it. Lower control arms need to replace because the bushing is ripping apart. And we need to change this transmission fluid on this car. So everything is good now. Let's put back the wheel and then jack down the car. So everything is done, guys. I jacked down the car. Took the CV axle nuts, which is 217 foot-pounds, and the wheel nuts are 85 foot-pounds, and that's about it. There's all the tools here that I use for today. Start off with my 1/2-inch impact sockets from Sonex, I believe. Sonex, yeah. All these tools are Sonic. All the sockets are Sonex. And you have these, the axle Sonex from Sonex, as long as the 3/8 over there. And you have my Nitro Cat impact. You have this new Carli angle grinder. Those pliers, chisels, screwdriver to seat in the C-clip, ball pin hammer, death blow hammer, lights here. I got my brake cleaner and my PP plaster lubricants. All my chisel sets, which is they are good, but they need to straighten up. Very disappointing in these things. They're from Mayhew, the Mayhew tool companies. There are my 3/8 socket sets. This is the Mayhew I was talking about. Got my haircut tools here. The M50 and my stubby 3/8 haircut. I love this one. There's the other, it's the 30mm CV axle socket. And then my Thor hammer from Milwaukee. Yep. My jack over there, and there's a broken CV axle. So 2009 Toyota Camry CV axle on the passenger side. This is the opening right here, as you can see. All right. Now, was it hard for me to change? No, it wasn't hard. But it took me a while because, you know, I was filming all this to show you guys how to do it. Sorry, I don't have a holder for my camera. So one day I'll purchase that, and then that way you guys could see me how I work and see me struggle, because I love the struggle. Struggle is my hobby. Anyway, before I close this video, I'd like to shout out everybody throughout the whole world. Happy New Year's. Hopefully you guys will have a wonderful year. And let's just hope nothing worse is happening this New Year's coming up. I would like to say to all my new families in the Philippines, especially to my beautiful wife, Yuna Bella Grace Toribio Bandico. I love you so much. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you. And to my new family out there, my new relatives, my cousins, everybody, love you guys so much. Hopefully I see you guys soon, very soon. And to the VI Syncroy Massive, big up, respect, one love, you know, stay away from trouble, guys, please, no more trouble for this New Year's, okay? And always love yourself. Anything else I want to say? You know, if you love your job, love your job. If you don't like your job, then quit the job, find something else, okay? But don't quit until you got a job. When you got a job, then you quit. Don't make that mistake of quitting the job and don't find a job up till now. Yeah, that's one thing important, guys. Don't do that. You know, love your job. You know, don't let your managers give you a hard time. You know, always love yourself. You love yourself. You can conquer anything out throughout the whole world. All right, and when working on the cars, always wear safety glasses. You know, safety gloves. You know, I got my gloves on all day because a messy job, very messy job. And what else? What else I want to say? Yeah, maybe the thing that's about it. With this vehicle, question about do I add in transmission fluid into the transmission? If it's a little came off, then you have to put a little in back in. But I thought this is a sealed transmission. But if there's a sealed transmission, there should be a bolt that says WS, which is the fill bolt. So you want to unscrew that and then put a pump in their ATF WS brand Toyota transmission oil and then put it in until it's leak out. Once it's leak out, then you know it's full. Then you put your screw back in and you torque it in, and that's about it. Done. It's fill up. Okay. Once you do that, you have to turn on the car, shift all through the gears, and then take it for a test drive. Make sure everything is good. And last but not least, when finished replacing a part, always double check your work. Make sure all the screws are back in. Make sure everything should be how it is. Nothing loose. Nothing. Make sure everything is straightened up, aligned, like that, so forth. Like for instance, putting in the bolts for the strut. You know, you gotta maneuver the steering knuckle. Just get the screw in, the bolt in, and then you tighten it up. Put some blue thread locker, so like during vibration it doesn't come off, because the blue thread locker helps the bolt stay still. You know, that way it stays there. Nothing will come out. Yeah, so double check your work, guys. Always double check your work. Double check your work. You know, make sure everything's back. Make sure all the screws are in. Make sure, like, you start from A and end at Z, then you go backwards from Z to A. Make sure nothing's missing. Make sure all the bolts are in. Make sure like you don't ignore like, oh, where this bolt goes, and then like you leave it like that, and later on this customer comes back, and then you know a big damage to the car. You know, more expensive, and that's a lot of trouble on you. But double check your work, guys. Double check always. Anyway, I'm all dehydrated, so I'm gonna close this video telling you guys I love you so much. First things first, thank you for all your subscribing to me. Please keep subscribing to my channel. There is more videos coming up for this New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution, put on more videos, so I'm gonna do that. Also check me on TikTok videos as well. You know, Murad Saeed on my TikTok, so follow me there as well. Always have fun this New Year's. God bless you all. Take care. Love you guys, and stay out of trouble. Take care, you guys. Okay, please stay away from trouble. All right, bye bye now. Take care.